are back in another stream. Let me see. What do we have? We have a lot of pots to trim. These smaller ones will definitely need some attention because they'll dry out a lot faster. So I think we'll get started on those. I do need to trim that larger one. Yeah, so we have a couple small pots to do. I have that one too. I'm such a mess over here. Okay. Have some trimming stuff. Okay. I think this one has like a decent amount on the bottom we can trim off. Okay, we should probably do this. We should probably do the top first. Where's my sponge? Oh, here it is. Okay, let me just clean up the table a little quick. I kind of left a mess here from like working last night. Okay. So I threw like a couple little pots yesterday, and the smaller ones are pretty dry, and the larger ones are not quite ready for trimming. I just kind of like want to even this out. I'll go like this way. The right side is a bit higher, so we want to cut that off. Just kind of want to make it level. Take a look. Okay. So I think that's a good start. The walls of this are a little thick, so we can definitely trim that. Trim the walls of these. This tiny one, the walls aren't too thick on that one. I think if we trim it pretty evenly, it should kind of like, it should like keep the general shape if we do everything the same amount. Most times I try to trim from the inside if I like the shape, but I think it's just gonna be like, I think it's too small to go in there. And like reach it with certain angles. So it might take a little bit, but I'm hoping we can finish maybe 2 of these in the hour. Oops. Turned out a little bit too much. Okay. I think the thickness is pretty good right here on the neck of it. Fix some of this up. Just a little bit. Okay. Let me see. I think we can trim a little bit more on this upper part. Okay. So I want to be like really careful trimming over here. I kind of just want to like, I got a little bit too much off over here. So we'll have to kind of fix the rest of that to be in that angle. I think the bottom is pretty thick on kind of like that like corner area. So I think we'll be safe. Oops. I just want it to look pretty seamless where I trim the foot off, and then when it goes kind of like into the body of the pot, we want to make that like look really nice. I think we're just gonna need to trim like a bit off of the side. Okay, let's see. I think I want this to curve, the foot part to curve in a little bit more actually. We have quite a bit of a base to work with. Take a look and see if this is like there's a little bit extra up here. Okay. Okay, let me kind of like See if this is sitting straight. I feel like it's not. No. It's a little taller on this side. I'm just gonna flip it around. Okay, we're getting closer. Alright, I think that's good. I have to dump out the trimmings on the inside. Well, we have to kind of trim. I want to trim the rim here a little bit. We don't want these like rough angles on the side because the glaze will split there and it'll kind of like run away from that. We don't want that. Just gonna have to, I also want to like make these a little bit thinner. I like the, just make rim a little bit thinner than it is. Okay, that looks a bit better. I have to get that. There's like a little bit of clay like on the inside that is just like sticking there. Try not to get it out. Here we go. There are also like little bits on the inside I'm trying to get to. Okay, I think that's all right. And let's do the bottom. Actually, let's like, can I fix this over here just a little bit? Actually, let me see. There's a little bit of space here to trim out, but we'll have to be pretty careful because I don't think there's a lot of space there. Okay, yeah. When it's getting like pretty thin, you can feel this like pushing against your finger on the other side. So we don't want to go like too much deeper than that. Sometimes I put glaze on the bottom, but I don't think we're gonna do that with some of these smaller pots. Otherwise, I would like them. If I was planning on putting like glaze there, I would like to make like this hole here like deeper, but that's fine for this. Just gonna like get some water, smooth it out, get rid of any of these trim marks and any like little bumps and stuff here. Some people like the trim marks, but that's not really my thing. I do like the kind of pinch pot look, and I'll try to keep that on the outside of pots. But for this one, I don't really want to keep those kind of like lines on here. Okay. Okay. Let me put my stamp on this before I forget. So I just have a little metal stamp that I push into here. I try to kind of wiggle it around and make sure it all fits in there. Just kind of push from the inside so that it is kind of like flat. And that's kind of like, I'm just gonna like quickly go around on the inside a little bit, and let's fix the rim. Let's make sure that's like pretty smooth. And this ribbon's gonna wobble around a bit until it dries enough. So, okay. And then any of these, you can see like my fingerprints and stuff on here. Once it gets bone dry, we can just take some more water and smooth that out, and it will be much smoother at that point. And then I'm just gonna let it sit like this for a little bit, so the rim dries out a little bit more, and then I'll put it upside down, so that the base can dry out much more. For the most part, you want your stuff to dry out upside down, because the base is usually like a lot thicker. Okay, so let's clean this up. So I do want to get to this little pot, but I also just kind of like want to start trimming on this thing to show you guys. So, okay, I did forget what this is called. But it's like for trimming, because like I have this little vase and the top is fairly thin. It's like pretty dry, so it's not really like crazy necessary, but I just wanted to show you guys, this is like a way that you can like trim vases. I would really like a mini one to fit this one, because this one is like, well, it's okay if I do that one, but if I wanted to trim it when it was a little bit more moist, it's just a little bit hard to do that. So what you do is you just like fit it on here, and then it protects the base, or it protects like the top part from, I move this. It protects the top part from kind of like smushing. And something like this, the bottom part, you can like kind of add some clay and stuff to it, and you can put it on your throwing wheel, and then it can like kind of hold things there like that. But you just kind of like basically use it to hold stuff up. Yeah. I can't remember what the name of it is, but this is like, I made this one. I don't think it's something you could buy at a pottery store. I don't think I've seen any. But typically, I think potters just, they make it and then they bisque it, and then just like, I guess you could like glaze fire it without glaze, but keeping it at the bisque stage does allow it to be a lot more porous, and it like, I think like if my pot was a little bit more moist, it could just like kind of stick in there nice and not like move around. Yeah, so these are like pretty cool. I think this pot is like, it's getting fairly dry, so it's not really necessary for it, but I don't know, maybe if you had something like super thin or like, I don't know, intricate or something, it would be more useful for that. So yeah, I just want to like show you guys this little thing. This is also like kind of an idea for like drying things on. So like if you were hand building a like a lid or something that's supposed to be like kind of curved, you could kind of like, you could make something like this and bisque it into like a curved shape, and then you can kind of like use that in hand building, and just like while your like little lid thing sits there and dries, it kind of like, it keeps that form. And I have a couple of things like that for these other shapes that wouldn't otherwise like stay and dry in the shape that I put it in. So that's a cool idea for other types of stuff like that. This one is like pretty dry, but I really want to do this tiny little vase, so we're gonna do the tiny one. It's so tiny. I can't wait to get these fired, because it's so cute. Actually haven't gotten anything fired in like, I don't know, like maybe 3 months actually. Because like so the studio that I go to, they will do, it's called an outside firing, and that means I don't have to have a membership or anything. I don't have to like take classes or like pay for studio space there. I mean, you could if you want to, but they don't require that to fire in their kilns. So whenever I kind of like get a bunch of stuff done, I'll take it over there and get it fired. But like, the way that they charge me is like, so I have their like kiln shelf dimensions, and it's basically the minimum is like $15 for a kiln shelf, and you need to, like, if you don't fill up the kiln shelf, like, you're still gonna be charged that same amount. So you want to bring in like at least a shelf size, and then you're just kind of like charged based on like how much more. Like if you did like 1.5 shelves, then that's what they're gonna charge you for. But like the bisque stage, because when you do bisque, you can stack like plates and stuff, or you could put tiny bowls into larger bowls, and all kinds of combinations of fitting stuff together. I just want to like bring enough stuff that it does fill up the shelf. And that's, I don't know, I'm probably gonna bring like maybe 2 shelves worth of stuff to bisque. And I have actually a bunch of stuff that needs to be glazed, or it's like ready to be glazed. So I don't know, maybe I will, I don't know. I'm like kind of like procrastinating on it because I don't know, it's just kind of like intimidating to do, because it's like I don't know. Just because like I don't like 100% know like how the glazes I have look. Some of the test tiles that came back in the last firing did not look like what the website said that they're gonna look like. So I'm kind of like scared to do more of that. I mean, like most of them were pretty okay. Maybe not exactly how I wanted. Yeah. Yeah, there's like, I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff that I have like thoughts on for like, I don't know, maybe doing like a bunch of like underglaze stuff, like painting, and I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, I just kind of like wait until I feel like doing it, and I'm just like more like energized about it. I don't know, sometimes I feel like when I'm not quite in the right mood, or I don't know, like mindset maybe, I don't know, sometimes things are just, they just don't work, they're just not going well, but sometimes they do, so I don't know. I don't really know what I want to do with the vases. I do have a bunch of stuff on Pinterest of like different ideas that I have. So I'll have to go check that out and see what my thoughts are for the vases. I do want to do like some like underglaze paintings like on the tiny plates that I made. Like kind of like maybe like some animals and just like maybe like fruits, or like kind of like jam kind of things, kind of like cottagecore type stuff. That's kind of what I'm thinking for those, definitely. Um, if you've been following along, you've probably seen this little strawberry plate that I have. This one's super cute. So this is kind of like, I don't know. It's sort of like gingham, like a strawberry jar, like of jam, or kind of like a picnic table kind of a vibe. I know we're going into fall, but I think my like shop's like overall look is just very summery. So we're just sticking with it. Um I do think some of my I do think some of my stuff for fall could be for like any season. Um because I want to go like all into like cottage core with maybe I don't know, maybe about 50-50. um like I love just like this vase here that I have. It just has a really um like subtle and really pretty glaze on it, and I love just like I love some things that are just it's just showing off the glaze, and it's just really pretty in that way. So I definitely want to keep just doing that where it's showing off a cool glaze and the shape, but also like on the other hand I do want to do a bunch of like maybe like kind of like farm animals and cottagecore vibes. And I think I'm not really thinking exactly like fall as in like pumpkin patch or like pumpkins or anything, but I do think like because people go like pumpkin patches and it's usually like a farm, there's usually like a corn maze and chickens, and like maybe they also like maybe it's like a full farm where they have like animals, but they also like um like grow the pumpkins and stuff, and like there's always like hay bales and that kind of thing. So I might do like something. I kind of really want to do like I don't know, like a bunny sitting on a hay bale. Like I think that'd be really cute. Like something like that. And I think that's kind of like I think it kind of brings in like the cottage core vibe that I want it to, but it doesn't have to be specific to a season. Like I know a lot of people think of like hay rides and stuff for the fall, but like as a farmer, like, and you have animals, like if it's for the animals, like you always have hay. Like not so much like straw for just I don't know. I think usually like hay rides actually I think usually they just have straw on them. And that's not what animals eat. But yeah, like I don't know. Stuff like that I think would be like super cute, or like something I want to make a tiny barn. I did start hand building one. I showed you guys this in another video. I started making one. But like the top doesn't really fit as well as I like. You can like see through it to the other side. But I love like it's so cute. You can like pull the little top off. And I want to like remake that, and I think you kind of get like maybe like fall vibes, because that's like I don't know, I think that's what people think of, because like that's when they go out to the country to like get their pumpkins, and like then they're seeing all of the see all the barns in the countryside and stuff. So So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe some like sort of generically seasonal type stuff, but I also want to do like stuff with like fruits, jam, picnic. Definitely like some baking things. Like, I don't know. I think like little cakes are really cute. Something with cakes. What the heck is that noise? Sounds like someone's drumming. Oh, I hope you guys can hear that. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think it's kind of weird if I put, like, I want to do, like, some, like, underglaze of wildflowers. I think that'd be really cool. That would definitely be weird to put on a vase, I think. So I don't think we're gonna do that. But I think we're gonna have like wildflowers on like other stuff. I'm also kind of like leaning into what do they call it? I think the trend is called like grand millennial, where it's kind of like stuff like taking what your grandma had, but it's it looks like it's kind of like a newer twist on it. So I'm kind of thinking maybe sort of like replicating that with like plates that have flowers on it. Like my mom has some like, they're super old. I don't even know how old they are. But my mom has like these like plates that have like flowers on them, but like in a really ugly way. Like the flowers are like the color scheme of the flowers with their stems, it's all just like orange and green, and I don't care for that. I think it's like, it might be like 70s, like a 70s look. I don't care for that. But I like, it's a cute idea to have wildflowers like kind of like hand painted on these plates. So I think I'm just gonna like take that idea and just renew it with nice kind of like a modern color palette. Like they look, I don't know, they look horribly like 70s. I kind of like put this on something because I'm kind of like, I'm having a hard time getting this angle. Yeah, or like, where was I? I was somewhere and they had this like, just that 70s orange, but it was like the carpet to like a living room or something. It's like, no, don't do that. Don't don't have this bright bold orange as your carpet. Yeah. So I think like kind of I don't know, like all this stuff is like nostalgic for me because like I grew up on a small farm with like all kinds of animals, and my mom has like all that kind of like old stuff. Like I don't like, she has these like wooden ducks. I have no idea where the wooden ducks came from. I think that's like, what are those for? I feel like there's a purpose, but they're just sitting like in the living room, like on a shelf. So like, I don't know, like stuff like that. Or like or like when I go vintage shopping, I see stuff that looks a lot like some of the stuff my mom has. So I'm kind of like, that's kind of like my thought on some of that is kind of like taking some of those older things and renewing them with like fresh colors, and just like putting them in my style. And so it's kind of like familiar, but it's kind of new at the same time. I think I think that'd be kind of cool if like I don't have anything like that done. It's just kind of like thoughts that I have in my head. But I think that'd be so cool if somebody like if somebody saw that kind of stuff and they're like, oh, this reminds me of like my grandma, and it's like cozy, but it has like a newer look to it. I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, so none of my stuff like currently that is completed like has that look. So it's all like pretty new. I only have a couple strawberry plates. And those are some of the first like underglaze things I have. What else do I have? Oh, I have like it's not in my shop, but I have like it's like a little underglazed plate, but it has like little oranges on it. So just kind of like just like summer fruit kind of stuff. And I don't have anything with animals yet that is like actually done. I don't know, I just kind of have this feeling that I don't know, sometimes when I sit down to actually glaze things, I just have like, I kind of like get into like the zone, and I'm like, oh, like this would be really cool. I should do like this, and this. And I don't want to have like all that inspiration and then not have like enough pots to like do it on, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm just procrastinating. Okay, I'm kind of just smoothing this out. This side is like going in a lot more, so I think I'm gonna try to trim this off, this side. Okay, we're almost at time. So, well, I have a few more minutes to adjust this. Let me see. Okay, I think we have a good amount on the bottom to carve out. think recording like while I'm working is really great because I think it gives me like a rough idea of like how long some of these things take. I kind of have like no idea how long some of the things that I make, I don't know how long they take. So I think this is really helping because I kind of estimated, like, I thought we would be able to get about 2 of these little vases done, and we are there. So that's pretty cool. I really like, I kind of like, since I keep all of the videos, like, Twitch is gonna like delete them after like a week, but then I just like upload them to YouTube. So it's kind of cool to have like a record of like how I made certain things. Like, I don't know if I need to like go back to it for some reason to like see how I did something, I guess. That's kind of cool, but I think the thing I really like is that it's like, well, nearly every day. I guess I don't really, I don't always stream them on the weekends, but I do have it scheduled to do a stream during the weekdays. So nearly every day, it kind of makes me like sit down and work on my pottery. Or like, otherwise, like sometimes sometimes a lot of times I would work on my pottery during my lunch break, during work. But sometimes I'm just, I don't know, sometimes I don't like feel like it or something, or else like I go take a nap or I don't know. But I think like just making sure that I sit down like nearly every day and work on something is just really great. Because some of the things I have dry out really fast, and sometimes I just forget to, like, if I have a bunch of projects going on over here, I just forget like which ones need more attention. Or sometimes I'm just like, no, it's fine. I was like, and then it's like, and then I don't check on them when I should, and then they get like too dry. But I think it's just like really great that it keeps me like over here, and I check on the stuff, and just like just making sure that I sit down and I don't know, just kind of get the hours in. You know, you need like I think you need like, it's like 10,000 hours is when you become like a professional or like a master or in your field or whatever. So, you know, obviously like the more that you do stuff with like intention and focus and practice, like you're gonna like improve, and like it's just about sitting down and like doing it. So I think it really helps with that. All right, so we have these 2 little pots done. So they're really cute. I can't wait to like get those fired. All right, so I have to go, but if you're watching on Twitch, be sure to follow along with the channel, so you get notified when we have a new video coming out. I do stream definitely on weekdays, 1 p.m. Pacific time, and then all of the videos will be uploaded to my YouTube at Callie & Co. In the stream archive playlist, and you can also check out the other videos I have. I have an art book tour, and I have like, I'm making some new ceramic related videos also. So be sure to check those out and subscribe there so you know when I come up with new videos. And yeah, thank you so much for following along, and I hope you liked the video. Bye!